Now, there are many ways you can classify whether a video is right or is wrong. By this, I mean the specific individuals that make these videos are abiding these guidelines or not. Now, YouTube itself is a very, very big company in general. Even if YouTube wasn't part of Alphabet, it would still be one of the biggest companies you have ever seen. Now, of course, with a big company, there are many, many, many cons. One of these cons is managing tons of accounts that make YouTube videos on whether they generate the appropriate content for people to view. Now, if you don't know, back in 2016, there was this quote-unquote adpocalypse in where tons of companies would boycott YouTube simply by not wanting to place ads on YouTube, or before the video starts you play a 5-second ad or a 30-second ad, etc, etc. Now again, for the people who didn't know about this, give me a reasoning as to why this happened. Why did these people boycott YouTube? Now, if you're done with your prediction, the answer is, to simply put it, the content was just too edgy. Somehow just too edgy. Now, I guess I can understand with Leafy, even though why would you, yes, he's edgy, but at the same time, why in the world would you want to censor people for this? Especially that, these people who are viewing these videos have a much higher chance in buying these products or whatever services you sell compared to kids who don't even have a bank account, or you know what I mean. Now, also this had to do a lot with PewDiePie and his anti-Semitism thing, which we'll not talk about in this video. This is just a mere explanation as to what started or what caused this problem with YouTube. And soon they came back, all the companies came back, made sense, they started really ruining people's careers over this really insane boycott, and a lot of careers were lost. Like, a lot of YouTubers either had to adapt or they had to basically pack their bags and just leave. Now, one of those people who left were Leafy. I'm just going to use him because I already mentioned him before. He was one of the lucky ones who tried to do something with his money that he made and invest it into something else, which he was successful in. Of course, same doesn't apply with every YouTuber who left. And yeah, it was over 2016, 2017, this insane stuff happening for these specific YouTubers who, well, got their careers done for. Now, yeah, well, all these YouTubers were gone. A lot of these YouTubers were gone, and yeah, that was just the end of it. Or at least, would you think it is the end of it? Well, no, they have been very, very strict lately, and what really hit hard the most was in 2019 when they updated their community guidelines, policy, and all of that stuff, which really just was a slap in a lot of people's faces. Okay, maybe I'm underestimating the slap on their faces. It was a lot harder than you might expect. Now, when this happened, this even got worse for the LGBTQ community because of some pretty obvious reasons. To give you some understanding, the word gay or the word lesbian, these are the words which are considered to be bad. Well, you might not think it's bad, but, well, in general, it used to be, kind of an insult. People say, oh, this is gay, that is gay. It was kind of like an insult, and of course, it's 2020. People don't really say that as much, so it is not really considered as a bad word. It is literally considered as a sexual orientation. And of course, it got a lot of people demonetized. It got a lot of people unhappy. It got a lot of people pissed at YouTube for this. Oh, and I forgot to mention that many commentary channels, just getting weirdly demonetized, getting such weird strikes, and really putting their channel in jeopardy, as well as, channels that talk about sensitive topics or topics of the past. If I want to specify World War II, if I want to specify again cremation, you get the point. And one of the smaller commentary channels or the smaller channels would be Tipster. Just an example, this just came out of my head. He got his entire channel demonetized, and he had to make, strictly gaming videos, or mainly focusing on gaming videos, because so many of the videos that he uploaded were apparently not for YouTube, or not, deemed for YouTube. Now, this is another thing, and this other thing is Suzy Lu. Suzy Lu is this YouTuber who reacts to anime, and she had this problem with people criticizing her for, just simply reacting to anime. And, well, she didn't like it very much, so she striked multiple channels and once again put them in jeopardy, which is extremely terrible. I don't know why she does this or why she did it, and Tipster was one of them, and he got affected, and now, well, not now, but he was demonetized. He since got monetized again, and all of his videos, well, no, 2 of his videos, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm not wrong, 2 of his videos are gone, And to be fair, he has 40 videos on Suzilo, which is insane. I have to say, that is insane. 40 videos on Suzilo. Damn, this guy just milked the hell out of this situation. But he had to, if I'm not wrong, he had to switch his content to gaming content for a while, and then he slowly switched back to normal, more familiar styled YouTube videos that he used to do. Now, what made this situation even worse was her boyfriend or her friend, or she had a relationship with a YouTube employee that would do this. They would do anything they could to stop people from making these videos. You know, they would demonetize it, they would make it have a, low CPM, strike the video, all of that, bad things that would, lead to a channel, being in jeopardy or being, done for. And thank goodness YouTube took care of this. Even though a lot of channels did get affected drastically from this, it was still at least solved. Well, I'm being generous here. This wasn't solved. This was a loose band-aid that you placed because you scraped your knee after you fell down. Now, before we move on, there is another big mistake that YouTube made, and that was demonetizing and hiding videos, or trying to censor videos that had a certain name that was a pandemic. You know what I mean. There was also a rumor surfacing in where demonetized videos would not be shown much easier. They would be harder to find compared to monetized videos. Now that kind of makes sense. That really does make sense, because demonetized videos are already like a punishment. You're not supposed to push the boundaries of the community guidelines, so you get demonetized. And why would they want people to see a demonetized video? Why would they want to see people that push the boundaries of violating the community guidelines? Well, it's already a disadvantage for content creators who get demonetized for no reason. However, YouTube decided to say that no, we won't be, making it harder to find, demonetized videos. But, that's okay. That's good. I guess that's good. But then what they said was wrong. They literally lied. Unfortunately, I cannot find any images or any videos of some sort in where they show this to be proven true, or they don't. I can't find the right keywords to search it, but if anybody could just provide the information in the comment section, I'll be glad to update you guys with this. So yeah, that wasn't true. If I'm not wrong, Mick Juggernuggets was the one who exposed it, and he got his YouTube channel out from the partner program, which means he can't be monetized anymore for exposing this confidential information. This incident was brushed off pretty quickly, and I know some of you guys might not think it's a big deal. I just wanted to add it in there, that's all. And then it just gets even worse. A lot of channels just got completely demonetized out of nowhere, and they did not do anything wrong. Their videos were approved before their videos were demonetized. By their videos, I mean all of their videos were either demonetized or ineligible to be monetized, which means you're not going to get any money out of it. Now, remember when I talked about demonetized videos getting more harder to search? You see how unjustifiably demonetizing people's videos and then making it hard for people to search these videos relate? That's why people always call this a slippery slope. You can justify it in one case, but in the other case, it's a bad thing as well. Use it to, well, teach them a lesson, but at the same time, you're demonetizing videos which shouldn't be demonetized. Pretty funny if I do say so for myself. Luckily, H3H3 Productions did reach out to help, surprisingly. And these smaller content creators don't have a huge voice, and when you don't have a huge voice, companies like YouTube or Twitch will ignore you. They'll try to do something in where you won't be able to get these things back, or at the most just get some videos reinstated. And sadly, this just happens all the time. They might get a notification from Team YouTube when they add them, and 99% of all the responses are normally from bots. That's right, they're normally from bots, which really does suck, because humans aren't reviewing your stuff, they're literally bots. And even a lot of the times, these quote-unquote mistakes are reviewed by a bot. Now you might ask, Leafy, why didn't he get his channel reinstated despite having a very, very large fan base? Well, this correlates to my next problem, but the answer is that he had a bunch of people who weren't supporting him, who were wanting his channel to get banned, who said that his channel was deserved to get banned. And there were people who actively criticized him before the ban even took place. And the people who criticized him weren't small YouTubers or anything. They were Twitch streamers, XQC, Hasanabi, and Destiny. And those are just the more popular ones. When you have one of the biggest Twitch streamers in the world criticizing you, I think criticizing is a lighter word. I guess you could say hating on him, because it seemed like he was way more than pissed. He was going above and beyond to defend Pokimane for nothing really. Same goes for Hasanabi and Destiny. I think Hasanabi is one of those other people who really have a character. They kind of do it for attention and stuff. While this might have gotten a lot of hate, it did get a lot of support. The people who were hiding from the dark came out of their designated cages to hate on Leafy as well. That gave YouTube the green light to terminate his channel, because they had a fair amount of supporters who didn't like Leafy and thought he deserved to be terminated. Unlike these smaller content creators who didn't really have a hate wave or people who really disliked them or deserved they thought to be banned. Plus, he was a special case. He was doing things that a lot of people wouldn't do, and he kind of pushed the boundaries. However, YouTube did not review any of his videos. By that I mean not reviewing all the videos he made on Pokimane, because the majority of his videos that were made on Pokimane did not even talk about Pokimane. Most of the videos were just about financial advice or people that he appreciates in life. And this shows how much of a voice you need when you want to solve problems that are related to YouTube. The reason this is so bad is because YouTube has this Team YouTube thing in where this is the only way you can really solve any of your problems. And guess what? When most of the time all these situations happen, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, and they're basically left dry. However, YouTube has taken this to the next level. They made it worse. When Critical or Penguins got his video taken down, in Charlie's words himself, the video that was taken down and put a strike on my channel is not even a real road rage incident and has no injury, blood, or anything. Not even fake blood or injury. You know why this is worse? Because Team YouTube replied, confirming that a member of a team had reviewed the video and decision stands. Footage containing graphic content, fights, beatings, etc. with the intent to shock or violate our CGs. Since you are in touch with a partner manager, they'll be the best POC to answer questions that you may have. This was either YouTube showing their true colors or this is just a big mistake. And the only reason, in my opinion, why this got reversed was because of Markiplier. Charlie showed the exact same clip of Markiplier reacting to the same thing, and Markiplier supported this as well. Now what makes me believe that this is not only a bot is that the video got taken down as well. After a huge trending hashtag, and Markiplier really coming into the mix really helped this strike to get reversed, and you see how much of a voice this needs just to reverse a strike that was wrong in the first place. And take all this into consideration and just keep in mind that all the things that I mentioned just might be the tip of the iceberg, because I didn't mention about everything I knew about YouTube being unfair because this video would be too long. And again, take this into consideration and you see a guy who is killing cats for YouTube while having a large fan base, a pretty large one with over 50,000 subscribers, and getting a substantial amount of views in his videos, and as well as Critical himself making a video about this and multiple other YouTubers and calling him out, and still not getting his channel taken down. It's kinda ironic how Critical got a strike on his road rage video after he made this guy who kills YouTubers. It was almost like YouTube punished him for raising awareness to this topic. It's like YouTube punished him because he was bringing down YouTube's reputation. How people like this can be allowed on YouTube and people like Leafy are getting terminated for barely anything compared to this. And then I found this tweet from this guy named Reward Soul who got a strike for impersonation, and you see what video he made was debunking. Well, I guess you could read it for yourself because I might get into some trouble because of this, and now you understand why how this other point that I was talking about before correlates with this one. What's funny is that this one got no remorse and did not learn their lesson of the mistake that they made days earlier with Critical, and we're yet to hear from them. Plus, he also had an appeal as well and got rejected. Now, like I mentioned and pointed out in my other video about Leafy, H3H3 should have gotten a strike as well because he did a lot of things that were a lot worse than what Leafy did to Pokimane, and he slandered Keem and took things way out of context. He should have got at least a strike as well. No hate to any of them, but this is just the truth. And for a fact, he did make fun of Keem as well. He created a huge hate mob and did not stop it, as well as getting rid of his sponsors. Also, it's a Gundam who did violate the terms of service. No hate to him as well, but I suggest you just watch the video I made before. And lastly, Linemaker. Linemaker is a convicted sex sex offender who used his platform to do some weird things with kids. I'm not gonna go on because I guess you guys can already make out what I'm saying. And if you don't know what videos he made Minecraft videos, and his audience consisted with a lot of minors, and you know what happens when you do weird things to minors, receiving a bunch of inappropriate pictures from them. This was back in 2016, and a lot of the things have been kind of solved. However, Linemaker did not get the sentence he should have gotten because of something that had to do with Belgium's laws. Everything is settled from then, I guess, and fast forward to 3 to 4 years later, and he has another channel with a pretty huge fan base, and a lot of people probably don't even know what he did. I'm talking about the people who are fans of him, and his channel with 800,000 subscribers was deleted at the time, so he made a new one, like I said before. And yeah, you're not supposed to have a person who does these things and takes advantage of minors on YouTube. And again, I cannot state every example in this video because it would be too long, but you're gonna let these people be on YouTube and these videos let to be stay up, but you're gonna take down those videos and you're gonna terminate this channel. Just shows the irony and the hypocrisy of YouTube, especially with the people who are still having a huge fan base but don't get taken down or punished for this. Now I can go on, but I just want to end this video on a more positive note. I really appreciate the people watching my videos. I'm pretty surprised that, you know, people are watching my videos even though I'm really small and just finally started having the courage to make videos now. I see people in my comments or in my DMs saying, hey, your videos are really good, I like it. And even though I don't think it's that great, I still appreciate all the support even though it's not that much. And yeah, I think this is the end of it. See you guys later.